My dear friends, a story is told about Indira Gandhi. She was the Prime Minister of India. This particular incident happened during the independent movement of India. India was fighting against the Great Britain for India's freedom. Gandhi, the father of the nation, urged all Indians to boycott everything that were manufactured by the English. Indira was a little girl. She was only 8 years of age at that time. One day, friends of Nehru, the father of Indira, visited their home. They presented Indira a beautiful dress. She was so delighted. Dancing and jumping, little Indira went to her mom. But mom was so upset. She said to little Indira, "Throw these dresses into the fire, burn it." Indira, if you love Mother India, we have to reject everything that Mother India hates. Little Indira obeyed her mom's order. Later she wrote, "It was a painful experience. However, in that burning fire, I saw the freedom of my country." My dear friends, saints and great people reach the height of their glory through the path of sacrifice. Sacrifice is a foundational virtue. Somebody said, a person who runs after every butterfly will never get even one. Sacrifice. That was the path of Jesus. Jesus chose this great way of the cross. Sacrifice is power. I invite your attention to a scene in Calvary. While Jesus was hanging on the cross, one of the soldiers, actually he was part of the enemies of Jesus, all of a sudden put down his weapon and said, "This is really Son of God." The sacrifice of Jesus transformed even his enemies. Similarly, sacrifice is the supreme act of love. A priest visited the hospital. He was there to pray for people who were sick. He met with a soldier. This poor guy, he lost one of his legs in the war. The priest told him, "I'm sorry that you lost a leg." He said, "No, Father, I did not lose my leg. I gave it for my country." My dear friends, the word sacrifice is a combination of two words, sacra and facere. It means to perform a sacred act. Sacrifice is a sacred, a holy act. When we do sacrifice, we are coming closer and closer to God. We become more and more divine. So during this season of Lent, Jesus is inviting you and me, practice this noble virtue of sacrifice. Sacrifice a little bit of our comfort to make somebody else more comfortable. Sacrifice a little bit of our temptation so that we can grow better. Sacrifice some of the things, even though they may be good, for something better. Let this Lent is a time of our rising again with Jesus. Now I invite you to listen to Peg Seri, one of our great parishioners.
Thank you, Father Sebastian. Appreciate the opportunity to talk to the parish about Lent. When I was a little kid, I always gave up something for Lent and couldn't wait for Sunday to break that and eat whatever it is I gave up. This year I'm thinking maybe I should make Sundays all part of Lent. It should be a 42-day thing where wherever I give up, I'm going to keep it for the whole time. Perhaps I could do something else in Lent besides just giving up something, maybe add something to my life, like maybe no games on my iPad or my iPhone. And then instead of doing that, I could do some spiritual reading, or I could pray for people that need to be prayed for. I could give up going out to dinner to an expensive meal once a week and go to soup supper and donate the money I would have spent on that meal to the church. Volunteering, that's something I like to do anyway, so I suppose that's not much of a sacrifice, but I do volunteer at St. Joe's 16 hours a week. But there are a lot more hours in the week I could find to volunteer. There might be somebody out there that needs my help to do something, and I would like to do that. I'm very blessed. I have a roof over my head, I have food to eat, I have money in the bank. So I need to give some of that back to somebody that perhaps needs me. I thought it would be a good idea to actually look a homeless person in the eye instead of just trying to ignore them, being afraid they're going to ask me for money. Maybe I'll just go up and smile at them and see if there's something that they need. Anyway, whenever you give of your time and talents throughout Lent, or for that matter, throughout the rest of this year, you are strengthening your bond with God.